Go get it. What? Are you broken? What are you doing?
What are you doing, Turbo?
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about the brand new Dillon 556 suppressor. Now, if you're like me, you might be wondering, Dillon Rifle Co. Who the hell are they? Well, I didn't know who they were until SHOT Show. But I do know what the minigun is. Everybody knows what that is. You know, the one that goes... That's the same company. They decided to make 556 suppressors for the commercial market. Out of full transparency, Dillon did send me this suppressor for review. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be honest, and they're not paying me to say any of the things that I am going to say. I will put the stats on the screen right now for those of you guys that are interested in that. But today, what we're going to do is we're going to do a flash test, a back pressure test, and a sound test, a back pressure test, and a flash test. You don't have a ball. I can throw this old nasty one, dude, it's falling apart. There's no chance. I have a really exciting announcement that I have a new ammo sponsor for the channel. So all of the ammo that you see in today's video is provided by.
The pieces are there, it just needs assembled.
Yeah, the delivery was terrible. Provided by Black Basin Outdoors. If you use code Juicey at checkout, you won't save any money, but you will get something pretty cool. Or for free. And the other group of guys that I have to give a quick shout out to is Bauer Precision. If you use code Juicy5 at checkout, you will save a little bit of money at Bauer.
Do the thing.
Oh, the thing? I didn't do it yet?
No, do the thing.
Oh, right. Oh. There it is.
Nice.
Before we get into the sound test, I do want to be clear that my Knight's Armament and the Cat WB, it's seized on there. So I realize it's not the same host for that one. I broke a wrench trying to get it off. It's just stuck on there. So same barrel length, same ammo. It sounds identical. I've shot them on both of those different hosts, thousands of rounds, never noticed a difference. So sorry, but that's how it's going to be. That being said, let's get into it. Okay, so now we're gonna do a very unscientific test with my assistant here, tripod. So I'm gonna stand over here. I am approximately 15 feet from the muzzle. We're gonna shoot each suppressor twice, and I'm gonna kind of just see if I can tell any difference between them, which ones I think are quieter, and maybe describe it a little bit. So let's go ahead. And I'm not gonna have ears on. So I'm doing this for you. Don't try this at home.
It's kind of like a pain rating.
Yeah, basically.
Ready?
Yep. I mean, the LS5 is like max sound.
Why do I have these on?
Yeah, it's dumb quiet over here. I could shoot this all day from right here, him shooting. I could listen to this all day without any sort of discomfort. Again, goofy quiet, a little bit of a different tone. I feel like it's a tiny bit deeper, it's not a boom, but more of a boom than a crack. But again, still on this 11.5, I could sit here comfortably all day. I honestly, to the naked ear standing over here,
that's the one.
I don't know. I think like on paper, the Vent 3 and the LS5 would be quieter. I would put the tone closer to the Vent 3, but sound suppression like really close to the LS5. It's like I could sit over here again, no discomfort, no ringing, no nothing. I'm not getting anything.
If you did it blind, I don't think you'd really.
Between that and the Vent 3, I don't think I'd be able to tell, simply because the tone is similar. The LS5 is very quiet, but it's a little bit more of a crack down there than this one. This is like a softer crack, it feels like. Sounds really good. The tone is nice. I would say less of a crack. The tone sounds on point with the Dillon, but there was like, I don't even know what to quantify it in. Like this, we're edging towards a little bit of discomfort, like where you can kind of feel your eardrums.
It makes you kind of want to plug your ears.
Not really. Like if I heard it, I wouldn't like jump.
Right.
I wouldn't be scared. I wouldn't be spooked. But this, a full mag of this, and I would probably get to the point of like, okay, I should probably put ears on. Like just barely. It's like right over the cusp. Still very quiet can. It's still a phenomenal suppressor. So, and that's with the solid end cap. Okay, so there's definitely a little bit of discomfort, but the tone is nice. It doesn't like pierce your ears, but again, you can kind of, the thud. A little bit of boom over there. Still a nice deep tone out of the L6. Keep in mind also, this is after our 2,500 round torture test. And
a baffle strike.
Well, 2,000 SOCOM and a minor, baffle strike. And I haven't gotten it serviced yet. So it's still performing really good in my opinion. Way better. I would honestly put that.
Like dead air?
Yeah, like pretty much right in line with the dead air. I think it has like the slightest bit more crack, maybe, if you will. I don't know, it's hard to tell because I know that Lazarus we did some damage to. So before, when I shot them, like the L6 had a little bit deeper of a tone. It still has a deep tone, but now it's really close to the white bread. Like
it's more of like a thud.
Right. Again, it's a tortured one, so there's material removed, we got a baffle strike, and it's still holding up to the WB standard.
Yeah, I mean, not cleaned, probably 3,000 rounds.
Oh no, yeah, I don't clean any of my cans. It's not awful, but it certainly isn't very comfortable. Like after a couple rounds, I'd want to put some Ear Pro on. Definitely, I think louder than the WB, definitely louder than the L6 and just about everything else. I think we have them ranked pretty spot
Going down
on.
The line, you mean?
Yeah, pretty spot on for like sound suppression wise. I think LS5 top, the Vent 3, number 2, like right there with the Dillon, and then I think the Infinity, L6, WB, and then this.
The wild thing though, if you go down that line, big, giant can,
tiny can,
a little bit bigger than average can, big can, 2 small cans. It's wild that is 5.4 inches and sound suppresses the same as one of those 7-inch.
Yep. I don't mind the bigger cans if they're performers. But if I can have the same performance in a smaller package, why the hell wouldn't?
In an above average package.
Above average.
For sure.
Package. All right, on to the next test. Okay, so now we're gonna do our back pressure test. Now I do have to blur this because it is very fast, semi-automatic fire, but this is indeed semi-automatic, YouTube. So up first we have the Infinity with the solid end cap, given that is the most comparable in sound suppression. So that's what we're using. 15 rounds. That was anticlimactic. Okay.
God, you're fast.
Knight's up next. That was considerably less gas. That actually wasn't bad at all.
That sounds so good too. They say bigger is better, but that can's proving it all wrong.
I know. Okay, Lazarus 6, up last. Good?
Yep.
got to be right about there with the nights as far as gas goes, I would say. It felt about the same. I didn't get any gas. I didn't get any gas on the nights.
And not everybody can shoot as fast as you.
Is really close, huh?
And not everyone can shoot as fast as you.
That's true, yeah. So, you know, you might not be a realistic test, but gives you a good idea. Go get it. Okay, so we just did the sound test and the back pressure test, so let's talk about it. One thing I do want to mention is that I tried something new. So we were shooting into the dirt just to try and single out the sound of the suppressor itself without the crack going by the camera. I think it kind of helped, and you could perceive it a little bit more on camera. But let me know down in the comments, like, do you like that? Did you actually feel like you could tell more of a difference in that versus my normal sound testing? I don't know. That's me just trying something new. So, like, we got to talk about the elephant in the room. This thing is 5.4 inches, and it's still enormous.
Huge.
Still just as quiet, I think, as some of its bigger brothers. The Vent 3 and the LS5. Not necessarily brothers, but you get what I mean. All of the other suppressors in its class, right? The sub 6-inch low back pressure 5.56 cans, like, it blows them out of the water for sound suppression. Does anybody else get spam calls like all damn day?
It's the ATF.
It's not even close. With the Lazar 6, the WB, like, it's not for sound suppression. Gas-wise, we did our back pressure test. I didn't do it on the WB because it's seized on that host, different gas system. That could potentially affect the back pressure, not necessarily the sound. Sound out of the port maybe, but not out of the muzzle, I don't believe. So we did a back pressure test. I kind of ranked them. I did them by frame, so we counted the number of frames it took to finish the 15-round magazine. Now, the Dillon was noticeably less gassy than the Infinity with the 5.56 solid end cap. Obviously, I understand vented end cap, they'd probably be about the same, if not maybe even the Infinity a little bit better. But we're talking very, very small difference here. As a baseline, all of these suppressors are still going to be infinitely less gassy than something like an RC2 or a Polo. Great cans, but just really gassy. So you're getting similar back pressure performance to some of the best ones, and the sound is insane. Like, I like the look of it.
I love the look of it. I don't know why.
The biggest problem is going to be, for most people, is going to be the price and maybe potentially the looks.
If you're in the suppressor,
listen, dude, I love you to death, but like, you breathing right here is just really distracting me. See, he gets quiet. Yeah, price is going to be a deterrent for some people. I believe this thing, MSRP $14.99. For me personally, like, I believe in it. I personally can justify it. Not all of you can. Now, if you can't justify it, L6, fantastic can. You can find them on sale for about half the price. Great can. Not going to be nearly as quiet as this thing. Twice as quiet? Maybe not, but noticeably quieter. Sounds really freaking good. As far as my whole sub 6-inch 5.56 low back pressure category, this is number one. Like, uncontested, without a doubt. For me, what I prioritize. Sound being number one, gas being second. With how close the Lazar 6 is in gas, and the sound being drastically better out of the Dillon, I gotta put the Dillon at number one. Now, I do think, like, ultimately at the end of the day, it's up to you. What suppressor fits your needs best, and at what price point, weight, material, all that kind of stuff. I will say that Dillon, I think they're doing it right. They came out with an absolute bang, and they're a military, like, contracting side of stuff. They already did a SOCOM torture test on this suppressor. They posted a little clip on their Instagram. I don't know if they're going to post a full video or not, but they did post a clip on their Instagram. So, like, the fact that they're even doing that out of the gate. So now we're going to cut to the flash test. Obviously, I can't do it right now, but we're going to cut to a older version of me, maybe less handsome. I'm not sure. I guess we'll see, and that'll sum it up.
Flash test on Blood Moon night. Crazy.
Oh yeah, I thought it was last night. You said it was last night.
It's full tonight.
So we just finished. So we just finished the flash test, and I got to pull my phone out of my pocket to look at the results. Oh yeah, by the way, look what I found rummaging around in the woods. Stefan.
It's nice to be back.
Why are you talking like that?
It's very nice to be back here with everybody.
Okay, so I played the regular speed clips, and then I put a freeze frame on the first round out of all the suppressors, and then the next one is the last round. So I think first round, the Knights actually probably did the best. Everyone else was pretty close to the same. Maybe the WB had a little bit less, Infinity a little bit less. And then the last round, like after first round pop or first round flash, the Dillon, the Lazarus 6, and the Knights were pretty much non-existent as far as flash goes. So, Stefan, what do you think about this thing? You got to shoot it a little bit?
Think
Well, I guess we're not a family-friendly channel. No, you can. I just have to beep it. All right,
oh
let's
wait,
try
so
it
when
again.
I say, what if I say like,
You
that thing?
fucks. It's pretty sweet, man. I like this thing. I like it a lot. It's going to be married to the MR556, which, by the way, if you saw the HK video, they did tell me I could keep it. So it's mine now. That's all I got for you guys.
Thanks for watching Do It for Dale. We'll frickin' see you later.
See you later. Oh, wait. I forgot to say. Don't forget to subscribe to Dirty Kid. That's all I got. Thanks.
Hitler wasn't...